Both Duke and Royst, disciples of Schnatter, stand as Schnatter says to them. So, Kaden's disciple challenged the successors of the top 10? That's a bold move. I've seen him before, but he didn't seem that impressive. Royst responds, I was surprised too. His personality and skills didn't seem fit for such a challenge. But I kind of admire him now. From his perspective, he's confidently going up against someone much stronger than him. Schnatter adds, he might look weak, but in the end, he is Kaden's disciple. Don't take him lightly. Duke is also listening to Schnatter, but is totally speechless. The scene shifts to Supri and her disciple Muse. They are in an office where Supri says, I can't understand why Kaden would allow something so reckless, especially in times like these. Muse replies, maybe he's trying to have his disciple follow in his footsteps. Supri nods and says, yes, that's always been his way. Kaden always focused only on strength, never caring about power or influence. He didn't worry about what he might lose if he were defeated. In the end, he beat the top 10, but he hasn't changed. He still has no interest in the kind of power or status we value. The scene then moves to another office where Vermont Patrick says to his disciple, first Astra and now Andre, 2 of the top 10 have fallen to Kaden. It's clear he has earned his place among the top 10. Yet now his disciple is taking such daring steps. Ian Patrick asks, but will anyone accept that challenge? Vermont replies, I'm not sure. But if Kaden's disciple manages to defeat the successors of the top 10, there's no denying that Kaden and his disciple will control the world for a long time. The scene shifts again where Jiyoung asks Jiwoo, are you sure about this? Jiwoo replies, yes. Even without this, I was already in danger. The recent situation made me realize how easy my life has been until now. As an awakener, I should also take responsibility. Moreover, I can see how much effort our country's awakeners put in and how heavy those responsibilities must be for you, as you are the strongest awakener in our nation. Now, I need to do my part too. Then, both Jiwoo and Jiyoung stay silent for a while and share a very wholesome moment. Inhyuk comes there while making an ahem sound to show his presence and informs Jiyoung that President Jurian is here to see you. A while later, Jurian is standing in front of Jiyoung and Ji Wu and says, I stopped by on my way back from a task nearby. I've been wanting to meet Jiwoo, and it seems he's here too. Jiwoo points to himself and asks, you wanted to meet me? Jurian nods, yes. I've heard you're challenging the successors of the top 10. I don't know what you're trying to achieve, but honestly, I'm worried. The successors of the top 10 are all incredibly powerful and ranked in the top 100. Even though you've been growing fast, it's still too soon for you to face them. You probably won't be able to defeat a single one. Jiwoo calmly replies, I know I can't beat them. Jurian is surprised and asks, you know? Then why are you challenging them? Jiwoo says, it doesn't matter if I lose. Honestly, I agree I'm not as strong as they are, but I'll do my best to win. Even if I lose, I'll grow stronger than I am now. I believe it's meaningful to face those who are stronger than me. Jurian questions, aren't you taking this too lightly? You're Kaden's disciple. Kaden has finally been recognized as someone on par with the top 10. But if you lose, it will not just damage your reputation, but also Kaden's. Jiwoo responds confidently, Kaden is the one who encouraged me. He told me to fight as much as I can. In Jiwoo's flashback, he and Kaden are sitting on the rooftop of Jiwoo's house. Jiwoo asks, if I lose, won't it affect you a lot? Are you okay with that? Kaden replies, why would it matter if a weakling like you loses? I wouldn't suffer a bit of damage. Honestly, I think it's a relief. Jiwoo looks confused and asks, what do you mean? Kaden explains, as you know, I had no background or reputation when I started. Because of that, many people avoided fighting me. Defeating someone with no name or status wouldn't benefit them, and even if they won, they'd risk getting injured in the process. It wasn't worth it for them. But now, you're Kaden's disciple, who has defeated 2 of the top 10. That makes you excellent prey. If someone strong enough wants to prove their skills, they'll come after you. Be proud. You'll have real fights, and it doesn't matter if you lose. Just don't die. Back in the present, Jurian reflects, a superhuman with the power to overwhelm the world, yet he doesn't care about honor or personal gain. All for the sake of his disciple. Jiyoung then asks Jurian, if there's nothing else to discuss, I'll take my leave. She walks away, leaving Jurian deep in thought. Jiwoo also says goodbye to Jurian and catches up to Jiyoung. He says, Nuna, don't you have work to do soon? Jiyoung smiles and replies, not today. I cleared my schedule for you. Later that night at Patrick's house, Ian Patrick approaches Jurian and asks, brother, are you okay? Jurian replies, what is it? Ian hesitates before saying, "You haven't given up on Jiyoung, have you? Don't think I don't notice. Not long ago, Jiwoo had nothing over you. You're the successor of a top 10 family and a very strong awakener. But now things have changed. Kaden, one of the top 10, has defeated 2 other top 10 members. And Jiwoo, with his crazy growth rate, is Kaden's disciple. He's even bold enough to challenge the successors of the top 10. You're in a position where you can't do anything, even if you want to. Is there anything you're better at than Jiwoo right now?" Jurian is totally shocked and stays silent, while Ian says, "If you're okay with that, then I'm sorry for bothering you. Please forget what I said." Then, Ian leaves and Jurian thinks about the memory of Jiyoung standing beside Jiwoo, to which he gets angry and clenches his fist. And the chapter 326 ends here. If you want to stay updated with the latest Eleceed chapters and similar exciting content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one.